Today we will talk about sfumato, what is oiling out, and why we need to oil out a painting surface. Do we really need to do that? Most of my paintings are done in multi-layered technique. This technique allows to create a very rich surface and interesting optical effects, for example, sfumato. If you are a student of the Old Masters Academy, you might already know about that, as the optical mixing in painting is explained in this online course. In this academy, we discuss in depth such painting techniques as were used by the Old Masters. Optical mixing might sound very difficult, but in reality this effect is achievable with modern painting materials. The secret of the Old Masters is not in materials, as many suppose, but in a specific way of applying paint layers. In other words, we should pay attention to how we paint, but not with what materials. The list of oil paints and mediums I use is quite simple. On the Old Masters Academy website you will find a lesson dedicated to that subject. Academy students use those oil paints and mediums to do exercises and their own artworks. So, how to achieve sfumato? This is a special oil painting technique when paint is applied in very thin and transparent layers. Such layers are painted over a specially prepared underpainting. It is very important to apply glazing layers over dry surfaces. Every layer of paint should be completely dry before making next layer of glaze. Painting in oil with sfumato techniques is a very slow process. You have to wait till one layer is completely dry before applying another one, and so on. If the underlayer did not dry properly, next layer of paint can partially dilute the previous one and even remove it. As a result, you can get a mess instead of neat, delicate sfumato effect. So, painting sfumato is not fast, but such optical mixing is not achievable by alla prima or direct mixing. However, a surprise may await you, even if you paint over a very well dried surface. When you paint in glaze layers, paint might misbehave. Instead of spreading out thinly and evenly, making smooth transitions, paint suddenly may collect in droplets and resist spreading at all, like you see in this example. I work on this painting for quite a long time. When I finish it, I'll make a special video describing techniques I used here. Today I'm going to continue painting this green drapery. First I'll oil it out, so it would be easier to apply glazing layers. For oiling out I will use walnut oil. If you don't have one, linseed oil would do as well. Dip a finger into oil and with circular movements spread oil all over the place you are going to work on today. You may see here that oil resists spreading over dry surface. Continue gently rub oil in with circular movements. When no more oil penetrates in, it is important to remove all excess oil from the surface. Excessive oiling in may cause various complications such as yellowing or change in colors. When removing excess oil, it is better to use some synthetic cloth that leaves no dust that can stick to oily surface. Alternatively, paper tissues do the job and absorb oil very well. Now we are ready to paint in thin glazes. For that I add a bit of stunt linseed oil to the paint. A glaze sticks to the canvas very well. It is easy to apply paint as required. It spreads perfectly without gathering into drops. This was a short overview of what is glazing, sfumato, and why it is required to oil out a painting surface. To learn more about traditional oil painting techniques and how to paint like the old masters using modern materials, enroll in the Old Masters Academy now. See you when you enroll.